breaking down the Vikings from the perspective of a former NFL General Manager of the Year. It's Jeff Diamond's Purple Report, presented by your select Minnesota Buick GMC dealers.
Welcome to Jeff Diamond's Purple Report, brought to you every Monday and Thursday during the Viking season by your select Minnesota Buick GMC dealers and the 2024 GMC Acadia on 1500 ESPN. Available 24/7 on YouTube via links from the 1500 ESPN and Score North websites. I'm Jeff Diamond, former Vikings GM, former Tennessee Titans president. Our producer is AJ Fredrickson. He's done a great job. We'll get all of our great clips and interviews from another big Vikings win. This one, a lot more surprising than the opener, at least in my opinion, even though they were at home. But to beat the 49ers, which for the 8th straight time in Minnesota, kind of crazy. And Brock Purdy, 14-2 against all NFC opponents in his career. The 2 losses the last 2 years at US Bank Stadium. Just a big, big win for the Vikings to move to 2-0 on the season. I'm not sure a lot of people saw that coming, to be leading the NFC North undefeated after 2 games. Houston Texans coming to town this week. Danielle Hunter, Stephon Diggs. It's going to be another exciting game. The crowd was fantastic at US Bank Stadium on Sunday, as Kevin O'Connell pointed out, and just a huge win for the team. And how you feeling about him, AJ?
Jeff, I mean, it's easy to feel good after a win against the Giants because it's not a great team, but it does leave a little doubt in your mind. Okay, was that just a fluke? Are you just capitalizing on a week 1 bad Giants team? You know, you were on the road and all this stuff. You come home, you get arguably a Super Bowl contender. Obviously, they're missing their star running back, but Jordan Mason is no slouch. He showed that in week 1. They've got all of their other weapons in for maybe a tough test, but wow. Brian Flores and his defense came to play. Sam Darnold looked tremendous. Kevin O'Connell really deserves a lot of kudos. A lot of props. So just the work that he's put in the offseason, in training camp, because Sam Darnold looked fantastic, and we'll go over some of those fantastic throws from Sunday. I'm feeling really confident about this team. I think Vegas is probably kicking themselves on setting a lot of those win totals for the Vikings so low after this very impressive start.
Yeah, definitely true. And to start 2-0, as we said, really unexpected in that regard. As you said, beating the Giants in the opener, the Giants are not very good, but it's still on the road. It's still tough. And to come back at US Bank Stadium in the home opener and play a very strong opponent and play them well and do the things that they need to do and have your quarterback play as well as Sam Darnold is playing through 2 weeks. He's ranked 5th in passer rating in the league. His completion percentage is 72%. His best previous season was 61 with the Jets in 2019. And as you said, you have to salute Kevin O'Connell and the coaching staff for the work that they've done with O'Connell. I mean, with Darnold. And even going back to Kirk Cousins had his best years under O'Connell here. So the guy can coach. We're seeing that. Last year, kind of an anomaly because of the injury factor. This year, things are off to a really good start. Not sure the Vikings are going to be sneaking up on too many opponents moving forward, and certainly not Houston this week or Green Bay the following week in Green Bay. We'll see if they face Jordan Love or Malik Willis, and the Packers found a way to win. We'll go around the league, talk about some of the games. The Lions got knocked off by the Bucs at home, so and the Bears went down to Houston and got beat in the Sunday night game. So overall, a pretty good week for the Vikings, and be sitting there at 2-0 at the top of the division. Good things. I just thought so many different things were positive in this game. Now, obviously, they still have a few too many penalties. They had that fumble by Aaron Jones that could have been very costly. It was costly because they could have had a 27-7 lead at that point.
Yeah.
But you think about how the offensive line's playing, how they're protecting Darnold for the most part against some really quality pass rushers in the first couple weeks, giving him time to launch that 97-yard bomb to Jefferson. Just so many things, all areas of the team contributing to the win. The offense, 403 total yards against a really good defense, a top 10 defense, and a good balance again between running and passing, 146 yards rushing, 257 passing.
And that's a really big credit to what we saw last year. Obviously, the run game with Alexander Madison, it was almost non-existent at times. It seems like Kevin O'Connell and his team has really gone back to establishing the run, and you see just how beneficial that is for the entire offense.
Yeah, definitely. It sets up play action, which we saw in the 97-yard completion, and the touchdown pass to Naylor after the interception, where again play action plays into it. If you can't run the ball, teams aren't going to respect that. Mm-hmm. And the defense with 2 fourth down stops, the special teams and defense having 2 turnovers produced the special teams with the block punt by C.J. Ham, a big play early in the game to kind of set the momentum for the Vikings, set up a field goal. Good kick coverage. Will Reichard kind of quietly, perfect all season so far, and making big kicks. That last field goal is still a clutch kick to put you up by 9 with a little over 3 minutes to go, and the 49ers out of timeouts. Basically, it's game over when he makes that kick. So just so many things that are positive out of the game, and you have to be happy for Darnold. Kind of above everything.
Yeah.
Because here's a guy that was down and out, beat up in New York, Carolina, not so great there. He's in his 7th year. He was the 3rd pick on the draft. Everybody thinks he's a bust. He comes here. People think, well, he's going to back up J.J. McCarthy. Not the case, and here he is, off to a great start this year. He's got to sustain it, certainly.
Yeah, just an easy guy to root for, too.
He really is. Down to earth,
yes,
humble. His teammates seem to really love him, and he's a leader. So many positives with Sam Darnold early on. Let's go to our highlights from the game, of which there were some really fascinating plays, and start with the block punt by C.J. Ham that I mentioned.
They also had pressure from Pat Jones. Wisnowski to punt. It's blocked. It's blocked on the play. And it's picked up. Ham blocked it. And then it was taken by Theo Jackson.
Now, they might tell Theo next time, just pick it up and run, because he probably would have scored. But I understand he wants to make sure he covers the ball, because those balls can roll around, kick around a little bit, as we saw in that muff putt by the 49ers later, where Jay Ward and Brian Asamoah had shots at it.
Yeah, and you're just sitting on the couch at home like, just jump at the ball. Just get on it. It can't be that hard. But I'm sure in the moment, there's adrenaline. There's a million bodies of like 300-pound muscle guys that just are going for it, and it's a battle to the death. And,
it is.
But, I appreciate him taking the time to secure that one.
Yeah, definitely true. As they say, game of inches. Dallas Turner saw that as he was trying to down that punt on the goal line. His foot slipped over. Next time, he'll bat it backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Second quarter, 4th and goal. Andrew Van Ginkel, what a revelation he's been. There's a revelation. Revelation. What a revelation he's been. What a great free agent signing, along with Jonathan Grenard, who quietly is leading the team, or one of the leaders in pressures, had a sack in this game. Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman had a phenomenal game, 13 tackles. He had a big 4th down stop, had a sack. But in this case, this is Van Ginkel tipping the 4th and 2 throw by Purdy, and Harrison Smith breaks it up.
Purdy deflected, incomplete. Smith was on Jennings, but the ball may have ricocheted at the line of scrimmage, and on downs the Viking defense holds.
It kind of makes you wonder how the Vikings got Van Ginkel at such a, I would say it looks like a team-friendly deal. He was flying kind of under the radar. He gets brought in, and I don't know what Brian Flores is doing in that defensive room, but boy, does Van Ginkel look like just a Pro Bowl type of linebacker right now.
Yeah, I think because of his versatility, he can cover, he can rush the passer, and he's got great instincts. So many things that he does well, and Flores knew him well from being in Miami with him. And so, yeah, you get a nice deal. It's still about $10 million a year. It's still good money, but yeah, he's playing at a phenomenal level, making big plays in the first 2 weeks of the season. Almost had another interception in this game on one of those screens. So, second quarter, after that tip ball and 4th down stop, a couple plays later, the electric play of the year so far, shall we say, Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson, 97-yard touchdown.
And his impact so far on the Viking defense, 2nd down 9. Darnold getting messy, going deep, and he's got Jefferson. He's got Jefferson. It's a foot race downfield with Brown. Shifting gears, getting a block. That's 6.
I love Jalen Naylor on the play, running after it. I love the official running downfield.
There's so many things. You watch it back. Like one time you're going to focus on JJ. The next time the ref. Next time Jalen Naylor. And the effort by him, I think this is why maybe they drew something up to get him a touchdown later in the game. But the effort he put it on that play to run the entire length of field, full dead sprint, just to throw a goal line block, just to make sure that JJ gets in.
Yeah.
That's the type of, he knows his role. He's stepping up with Jordan Addison out. That's exactly what I want to see.
Yeah, definitely true. And he's a guy that's had some injury issues and still put his body on the line on that play and made several other big plays in the game. So, yeah, definitely so many positives. And the pass protection on that particular play, talking about the offensive line, Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill have been really good in the first 2 weeks against some very tough pass rushers. They're going to have another tough assignment this week with Danielle Hunter coming to town, along with Will Anderson, one of the best edge duels in the league. But Darrisaw and O'Neill, both highly paid tackles, but great bookend tackles. Kind of reminds me of our heyday with the Vikings in the late 90s. We had Todd Stussy and Corey Stringer at offensive tackle, and they were phenomenal players for us in those years. So it's, again, we go forward. The Vikings are up 10-0 at this point. Then the 49ers strike back with a touchdown pass from Purdy to George Kittle, who is a handful at tight end.
2nd down and goal. Mason the back. To the air. Caught. Kittle dives. Crimes. Touchdown. Touchdown San Francisco.
So at that point, 10-7. And I thought one of the big moments in the game for Darnold, I thought, was he throws an interception. Fred Warner makes a great play on it, but kind of a costly interception where the Vikings have a chance to go in and take a bigger lead in the second quarter. And he responds with a 2-minute drill, and they go down the field, kick a field goal to go up 13-7 at the half. I thought that was a big moment for Sam, that he was able to show that resiliency in that time. Mm-hmm. So we go to the third quarter, but before we do that, I want to talk about our great sponsor, the Select Minnesota Buick GMC dealers. It's time to take the field in an SUV that's designed to be unstoppable in every pursuit. That's the all-new 2024 GMC Acadia. From its reimagined interior to its bold, capable exterior, Acadia is suited up so you can make winning drives wherever they may lead. Whether it's at home or away, your team will enjoy the ride in comfort with 3 rows of spacious seating for 7. Plus, Acadia comes standard with other winning features like heated front seats, remote start, and a 2.5-liter engine with a GM estimate of 328 horsepower. Or take yours to the championship level with available amenities like a panoramic sunroof or an off-road tuned suspension. Don't sit on the sidelines any longer. Test drive your new 2024 GMC Acadia today. Available now at your Select Minnesota GMC dealers. Now we're into the second half. Blake Cashman, I mentioned earlier. Blake is a terrific guy, former Gopher, former Eden Prairie, local. Mm-hmm. My agent firm represents him. Love Blake Cashman. So
one of the family. Full
disclosure there. But in this play in the third quarter, deflects the pass, near pick 6 for him. And it's bobbled around, intercepted by Josh Metellus.
Deebo Samuel, 2nd and 11. Blocked by Kittle. Deflected, ricochet. Metellus has picked it up. On McCarron. Breaking tackles. Out of bounds. Turnover. It'll be 1st and goal to go the Vikings on a big defensive play.
I have a hunch that Josh might have been a running back at some point. He showed some good moves there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players, they get in that situation, and it's like they don't do anything with the ball, but he had the peace of mind to, all right, let's move it to the outside so I can't get punched out and everything. We are holding on to this. It wasn't a loaf of bread. It was a nice, secure carry. But a lot of people say, like, why, how often do they work on the tip drill? I'm sure Brian Flores enough right there, because those guys, the hand-eye, boop, 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 little hot potato, and Metellus finally brings it in. A massive stop to stop any momentum in that start of the third quarter for the 49ers. I mean, that is a massive turnover. And Brian Flores, like I said, he has really drawn up something special with this defense. You're seeing a lot of weird looks from different schemes, and he has been really just bamboozling the first two quarterbacks he's seen. I think it was after the game, Brock Purdy, you could kind of lip read, and he's like, your schemes are crazy, man. Just talking to him after the game. He's done a really good job.
Yeah, he definitely has, and I think that's going to continue. C.J. Stroud this week will be interesting. Very obviously offensive rookie of the year last year, but I'm not sure he's seen this type of defense. I'm sure they're studying hard this week in Houston too to see how they can handle it. But I expect that he'll throw some new wrinkles at C.J. And what's been interesting, oftentimes not as much blitzing as last year, but I think some of these young quarterbacks coming up, especially if they face Malik Willis in Week 4 in Green Bay, we're going to see the blitzes when they run into Caleb Williams, who's having a lot of problems in Chicago. I think that's going to be an interesting game too. And even Jared Goff is not off to a great start in Detroit with like a 60-something rating. Mm-hmm. He's struggling. So after this particular interception by Metellus, on the very next play, again, play action, good running game with Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler. Chandler was great in this game, showed some really good stuff, 82 yards on 10 carries, 8.2 average. The team had 6.1 average together. And in this particular case, play action, and Darnold hits Jalen Naylor.
The fake. Block Bradbury. End zone. Touchdown. Naylor.
Just so easy. Almost too easy, Jeff.
Yeah, you don't expect that against the 49ers, that's for sure. And at that point, Vikings up 20-7, get the ball back, driving, running the ball. Looks like things are going to be put away. Aaron Jones on a screen, running down to the 2-yard line. Oh, here comes Fred Warner.
From Purdy, sets this up. Darnold to the air, dumps it out to Jones, blocked by Bradbury. He'll take it. Oh, he fumbled the ball. He fumbled it. It was maybe recovered at the goal line. San Francisco says they've got it, and they do. The Niners dodge a bullet.
And what a punch to the gut that was, sitting on the couch. I mean, you're right at the end of the third quarter. You're looking to really just put this game away, and not so fast. It wouldn't be Vikings football without a little bit of drama, right, Jeff?
Right. There wasn't much drama in Week 1 in New York, no. but against the 49ers, there's going to be. Yes. And yeah, at that point, I'm sure Aaron is for a veteran guy, he knows he messed up on that play for sure. He's got to just go down or take the hit, whatever, but don't fumble the ball. Protect the ball on the 2-yard line. You're going to be first and goal. At worst, you're going to get a field goal out of it. And, yeah, at that point, it would have been 27-7. And then the 49ers respond with a 99-yard drive and score a touchdown. All of a sudden, it's a ball game.
Yes.
And that's where Sam Darnold really stepped up on that ensuing drive, fourth quarter, 6 minutes, 46 seconds off the clock. He converts 3 third down plays, 2 to Brandon Powell. At that point, Jefferson's out. Addison's not playing at all. Mm-hmm. No T.J. Hawkinson. And you're down to Naylor and Brandon Powell. And Powell makes 2 big third down catches, which we saw last year out of him. He's a valuable guy. And Naylor, on this particular play, I thought Darnold made a great throw, back shoulder, where only Naylor could make the catch on 3rd and 8, 26-yard gain to move the chains and keep the clock moving.
3rd down and 8. Other games right there. You saw one that backed the pass. Darnold long. Oh, he caught it. Naylor caught it.
Just an unbelievable throw.
That was a phenomenal throw. Just a great. It shows his arm strength and his anticipation.
the accuracy, because I
Yeah.
mean, it's one thing to think, okay, I'm going to put it here. It's another to actually then go and do it, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. The Jets got to be sick when they watch some of this tape on Darnold after they invested the third overall pick in him and then never put enough talent around him in New York.
And Panthers fans probably too are watching.
Yeah.
Like, where was that?
Yeah,
well, it might be
exactly.
something in-house there.
Yeah, they may not have had to draft Bryce Young, who now they're going to bench. So, wow, crazy game. And that drive, the 6 minutes, 46 seconds off the clock, down to 3:32 left, and the 49ers burn all their timeouts, sets up Will Reichard. And again, can't take this for granted when the guy is a rookie, but he's got that experience from kicking in college at a big school in Alabama, and he calmly converts this 27-yard field goal to put the Vikings up by 9, basically ice the game.
And the rookie from Alabama, the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, will try to tack on 3 more and does with ease.
Almost every kick of his is right down the middle, too, which is nice. Nice to see. Definitely true.
My heart rate on kicks has significantly gone down since he's won that job, Jeff. He's
Don't
been
speak
incredible.
too soon now,
Yes.
AJ.
and I know I'm probably jinxing something here, but I mean, the job of a kicker is kind of thankless. Everybody expects you to be automatic, and obviously when you're not, that draws criticism. But so far, he has been automatic. So kudos to him.
He's doing great, and that's a big positive. Let's hear from Kevin O'Connell in his post-game remarks.
NFC. Really proud of our football team. When you play the defending, NFC conference champions, and you're signing up for a 12-round heavyweight fight. We've talked a lot about things like play style. We've talked a lot about how we want to play as a football team, regardless of who we're playing. I really want those things to show up because we've made such an emphasis on it. We've really built our team around it this year. There's a lot of examples all over the tape, but first and foremost, I want to start out and just really thank our crowd. I thought it was absolutely spectacular. The energy from the jump when we needed them in the third quarter, converting some of those third downs on that last long drive for the field goal. You just kind of felt them willing us further and further to go get this thing done. So I want to compliment our crowd. Absolutely love our fans. And I love this team. You guys, it takes a result sometimes for people to see it, and I understand that. And I'm very proud of this result today, but it is just one game against a really good team. But I'm most proud of what led into this football game. There's a lot of individual performances we could talk about, and I'm sure we will. But this was the epitome of building a football team with a mindset through many months ago of what we wanted to play like, how we want to battle, and ultimately how we want to come together and find a way to win a football game. Thought our defense was fantastic. Thought our O-linemen, guys that had been a little banged up throughout the week, battling, rushing over what ended up being 6 yards a carry.
Well, we'll talk about a couple guys, too, that we didn't mention earlier on that defense. Stephon Gilmore, he's a guy that you have to have a lot more confidence in him as a cover corner, and we could see that on Brandon Ayuk with his coverage in this game. And Pat Jones, he's in his 4th season, 2021 third-round pick. Didn't do a lot his first couple of years. He's now ranked 2nd in the NFL in sacks with 4 sacks in the first 2 games. And he's certainly benefiting from the schemes of Flores and so forth and getting freed up, but he's also beating guys. And part of that rotation, Jihad Ward also, everybody was all worried when Danielle Hunter left, DJ Wanham left, that how are they going to replace these guys, especially Hunter. Well, I think they're better this year with the depth that they have in that edge rusher group, and they're going to need it going forward over the rest of the season. So
yeah, and to steal the line from Moneyball, you can't necessarily replace Danielle Hunter, but you can try to replace him in the aggregate.
That's right.
You're spreading that money around, and now, like you said, that depth is just so much deeper where the holes seem to be covered. Is it that same elite level? Maybe not, but they're really making the most of it so far, and they're exceeding, I think, what people expected.
Yeah, and I think they may Grenard and Van Ginkel and Dallas Turner, as he develops, I think that they definitely are going to be able to replace what Danielle did. Sam Darnold, again, terrific start to the season. Here's his post-game comments.
Obviously, great team win. I thought defense put their butts off today. Special teams as well, getting that block punt was huge. And then, obviously a great team in San Fran to be able to come out here as a team and fight the way that we did. And that last drive as well, the offensive line doing their thing, running the ball, late in the third quarter, early in the fourth, and then, just guys stepping up. I think that was huge for us today. Obviously, Jets goes down, Aaron Jones goes out on that last drive, and you had Speedy, Jalen Naylor, stepping up for us, and then Ty Chandler coming up huge for us too at the end, running the rock and taking care of the football. So great team win, and I'm really proud of the guys in there.
Sam, and Justin Jefferson, as Darnold mentioned, left the game with a quad injury. Kevin O'Connell said today that Jets came in and he was looking pretty good and moving pretty good and feeling better. So good chance that he'll be back on Sunday. Jordan Addison, we'll see on that ankle how that's going to come out. But hopefully he'll be back too. Before we hear from Justin Jefferson and Blake Cashman and go around the NFL real quick, let's hear from our great sponsor, the Select Minnesota Buick GMC dealers.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra, with available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course, the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra, not just any truck, the truck. GMC's continued commitment to professional-grade engineering is on full display at your local GMC dealer. Come take a test drive today and see for yourself. We are professional-grade GMC. Well-qualified buyers get 1.9% APR for 36 months on GMC Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer today. Monthly payment is $28.16 for every $1,000 you finance. Average example down payment 15%. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/24.
Justin Jefferson talked post-game about his injury and about his great catch.
At the end of the day, all that matters is, we winning, and I'm not, seriously injured. So that's the main important thing. So it's just all about, getting to the training room, making sure my body is right for next week, and I'll be ready to go next Sunday.
Justin, tell us about the touchdown. I mean, that's got to be the ball that, as an NFL wide receiver, you lay in bed at night dreaming about.
For sure. We practiced that play time and time again. We didn't practice it being on the 3-yard line and us going 97, but, it was just a great ball by Sam to really trust the double team and for me to run right through it. So it's been time and time again where we practice these plays, and we just got to go out here and execute them. So it's going to happen over and over again, just like I've been saying. Me beating the double team, Sam just got to trust me to beat it and to make a big play.
And Blake Cashman, I mentioned before, the local product. Great game that he had.
I think with a game like this against an opponent like the San Francisco 49ers, it definitely builds confidence, and this game demonstrated who we can be. And what I was talking about with the defensive guys all week was like, what do we want our identity to be? Are we going to be a fast, physical football team? Are we going to be a fast, physical, relentless defense? And that's the beauty of this game in this league, is you have to consistently do it, or else it's just talk. And with the guys we have in this locker room, I think we can be that.
It's going to be a fun week out at Vikings headquarters as they get ready for the Houston Texans. Around the league, the Texans knocked off the Bears last night. Caleb Williams struggled for the second straight game through a couple interceptions. Mm-hmm. And we know that Texans bring a lot of talent and defending AFC South champions to Minnesota next week. The Lions upset at home by the Buccaneers. Detroit's talented offense is struggling a little bit. Jared Goff off to a shaky start. That's good news for the Vikings. The Packers found a way to win, even with Malik Willis replacing Jordan Love. Didn't have to do much when they rushed for 261 yards in the game. 151 by Josh Jacobs. Other interesting games, the Chiefs needed a pass interference call on 4th and 16 to beat Cincinnati.
It seems
Pittsburgh's 2-0.
They seem to always get the calls, huh, Jeff?
Yeah, they do. Pittsburgh 2-0 with a great defensive play that they've got going on. Arizona, very surprising team, blew out the Rams, and they've got a team that is going to be an interesting team to watch this year. New Orleans wallops the Cowboys. So as we look ahead to Week 3, there's 3 matchups of teams that are unbeaten, we think. Houston's at Minnesota. We know that's going to be a couple 2-0 teams. The Chargers at Pittsburgh. And if Philadelphia beats Atlanta and Kirk Cousins tonight as expected, then they go to New Orleans with a pair of 2-0 teams. Detroit will have a tougher than expected game at Arizona next week. And Green Bay's at Tennessee, Chicago to Indianapolis. So we'll be back on Thursday to preview the Vikings and the Texans, another exciting game at home next Sunday. And this has been Jeff Diamond's Purple Report, brought to you every Monday and Thursday during the Viking season by your select Minnesota Buick GMC dealers and the 2024 GMC Acadia on 1500 ESPN. Available 24/7 on YouTube via links from the 1500 ESPN and Score North websites. This is Jeff Diamond with AJ Fredrickson. Everybody have a great week, and we look forward to talking with you on Thursday.